Hey, what's up guys, Ethienne here. Welcome back to the channel. This is the first video after the rebranding of this very channel, and in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys a few reasons on why you should study abroad. Now this video is brought to you by Monash University, Malaysia. Thank you so much for sponsoring this video, and without further ado, let's get this video started. Alright, I think the very first point, which is the most obvious point of studying abroad, would be that you are stepping out of your comfort zone. This is because you're detaching from the comfort of your family and your home and your parents, and you're going out to live alone independently. So this will allow you to have new experiences as well as engage in new activities and new opportunities that will allow you to gain insights into yourself as an individual and also gain more self-confidence along the way. So the next part of studying abroad is that it actually improves your independence as well as self-reliance. So think of this as a kickstarter to Adulting 101. So when you're an adult, you have to rely less on others and actually take full responsibility as well as take full control of your own life. So this is the very same thing in studying abroad, because when you're studying abroad, you're living away from your parents, your family, your support system. You basically only have yourself and your newfound friends to depend on, which I would say that the former is more reliable. So what you want to do is to really be independent and also be able to rely on just yourself in surviving and making the most out of your time in your study abroad. By doing so, this will actually boost your self-confidence as well as your self-esteem. So the more confident you are, the more that you will actually believe in yourself and start to do things that you might not normally do. And with self-confidence also comes a more positive outlook as well as a more optimistic approach to life as a whole. You actually gain a lot of personal skills when you're out there studying abroad. And by personal skills, I mean soft skills such as planning skills, time management, financial management, or even adaptability. So for planning, it can encompass a lot of things really, from where you want to go on the weekends, how do you plan to get there, how much groceries you're planning to buy each week, and how often do you do groceries. Essentially, planning is a very important skill that you need to have in all aspects of your life, be it in work, travel, or even in your relationships or in your day-to-day life. Next is time management. You will also learn how to manage your time effectively. After all, you have to be accountable for your own actions as you are living alone in a foreign country studying. You will also need to be able to be financially literate and appropriately manage all your finances and stick to the budget that you have proposed and set for yourself. You will also learn how to be adaptable as well as versatile in a foreign place where you basically have to fit in and really put yourself out there and out of your comfort zone to learn new things and explore new things in this brand new country. The next point I think is quite a no-brainer is basically the cultural exchange and intercultural communication skills that you get to learn by mixing with all these people of different backgrounds and cultures from you. You have to learn how to mutually respect each other and also embrace the diversity, because with diversity, each individual is going to have a different perspective on the same things, allowing yourself to broaden your own perspectives. When you study abroad, you meet a whole new set of people, brand new people that you have never met before, from different cultures, from different backgrounds. You allow yourself to expand into a whole diverse set of new connections. And this is a direct consequence of who you choose to surround yourself with and who you mix with during your study abroad period. So through this, you're able to make lifelong friends and travel together, party together, have fun together, even work together, and who knows, the connections that you make on this very study abroad trip might be your potential future business partner or relationship partner, or even just a lifelong friend that you'll keep for the rest of your lives. So I would like to think of each university as a small community on its own, a small village, so to say. So each university has their own cultures and their own practices that will definitely differ from one another. Now, for example, in my personal experience, I went to the UK to study abroad in the University of Warwick. So I am personally a double major in psychology as well as business. Now, the psychology units alone are already completely different from what I have back home. I still remember my favorite unit during my time studying abroad in the UK, which was a unit about negotiation in the University of Warwick. Now, this unit has a 3-hour lecture every single week, and to those of you who have been to uni or are in uni, you know how dreadful 2-hour lectures can get. What more a 3-hour lecture? To be honest, I would just be bored to death. However, in the UK, I actually looked forward to that 3 hours every single week simply because they took a really hands-on approach to teaching negotiation. Every single 3-hour lecture will include a 1 to 2 hour activity of actually negotiating with your classmates in the lecture theatre with different scenarios and different case studies, and then after that discussing the results and also the negotiation skills and the psychological aspects of this very study. So all I'm saying is that you will gain a global perspective and also gain access to different teaching perspectives, which actually sometimes might be better for you or might be worse for you, because different people learn differently and adapt to different learning styles very differently. So when you go abroad, I would say that you will be opening yourself up to a brand new learning style which may or may not suit you, but in other words, you will be able to be versatile and adapt to this brand new style and learn a brand new perspective in that particular unit or subject that you are specializing in. So by the phrase, the world is your oyster, I mean it literally. Because you're young, you have so much time ahead of you, and you have so much time to build your future. You have endless opportunities in front of you, and all you have to really do is just reach your hand out and grab it. So literally, the world is your oyster, and nothing is stopping you. The only person who can stop you is yourself. Now, speaking of which, I would like to talk about Monash Abroad, which was actually the program that allowed me to go on this very exchange in the first place. So Monash offers 3 different types of programs: the International Exchange, the Global Inter-Campus Program, and the Short-Term Program. So for the purpose of this video and from my personal experiences, I will be focusing mainly on the International Exchange Program. Now, this program is actually an exchange program where you have close to 140 highly ranked partner universities to choose from. You can study abroad in a maximum of up to 2 different semesters in up to 2 different countries. The next part of this, which is actually what I really loved in Monash Abroad, is actually their concept of pay local, go global. Because when you go on an exchange program with Monash Abroad, you are just paying the initial fees in Malaysian ringgit to Monash University, Malaysia. So previously, when I went to Warwick University in the UK, I didn't have to pay Warwick University personally in pounds, but instead I could pay the same initial amount in Malaysian ringgit to Monash University, Malaysia, making it virtually no difference financially except for the fact that you would just have to cover your accommodation as well as living expenses in the host country. So this also brings me to the next point, that Monash actually offers a lot of travel grants up to 6,000 ringgit per semester. So pretty much Monash is also encouraging you to go on this study abroad program with your living expenses subsidized. To be very honest with you, this Monash Abroad program was actually one of the main reasons why I even chose Monash University in the first place. So the process of applying to Monash University as well as this Monash Abroad program is super easy. All you have to do is just follow the steps laid out to you on the websites, and the links will be provided in the description below. So do go check it out, and let's get back into our video. Now, when you go on a study abroad, you actually get to learn parts of yourself that you never knew existed. For example, before going on abroad, I used to dread doing things alone. I would virtually never eat alone, travel alone, study alone, I would never do things alone. I would always need company or a friend to be by my side. But after going on this study abroad, I actually noticed that it's not so bad. In fact, I actually started to enjoy my own company and started to love doing things alone. So yeah, this is actually just one of the many things that I never envisioned myself doing, because back at home I really never had the necessity to do such tasks. Small things such as trip planning, like I mentioned earlier, or even just making sure that you feed yourself 3 times a day, or paying your bills and utilities, or even just doing your laundry. Now all these are small things, and back at home they are often taken for granted of because it's just there, it's just done. It's something that you don't even have to worry about in the corner of your mind. And now when you're in this abroad, when you're staying alone in the student accommodation, these are all factors, weekly tasks that you actually have to accomplish. Also because when you're so far away from home, you have fewer possessions than the average student. So at the end of the day, you will start to learn how to not take things for granted and really start appreciating your family more, your friends more, and the privileges that you have back in your home country. Now going towards the slightly more boring side of things, I think that studying abroad would also contribute highly to your career. Because as I mentioned earlier, by studying abroad, you meet all these kinds of different cultures and diversity, that you are able to embrace diversity more and possess a global mindset, which is a skill that modern day employers are definitely looking for. So all these soft skills that you have learned, you'll be able to incorporate them in your day-to-day lives and in your own personality that you are able to show to your employer and the people you're working with, especially when you're working in an international corporation or when you're working with global clients. These will definitely be the small little things that add up to the big picture that will help you in the long run. As my tagline goes, work hard, play harder. I genuinely believe that not only must you work hard, but you must also play hard as well. Because what is life if you're just going to solely focus on work and improving yourself with not a single bit of enjoyment? So while you're studying abroad, you can also do part-time jobs and earn a side hustle, which will actually finance your traveling and your solo trips or your backpacking after your SEM has ended. So it's actually really fun because when you are studying abroad, the country or the city that you're living in is actually a brand new place. Like if I'm staying in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, and I'm studying in Kuala Lumpur, there's really nothing much for me to see because I've lived here all my life and I've pretty much explored all there is to explore in the country, if not most of it. But when you are in a brand new place, such as when I was in Monash University, a small town like Coventry itself is already a brand new place for me. I've never been there, I've never experienced the places there, I've never seen the things there. So every single weekend you can just go out and travel to new places, see new things, and really just enjoy yourself whilst being on this study abroad trip. Now the next point I'm sure is a lot of people's favorites. It is my personal favorite as well because I love food. I absolutely love food. If there's one thing that you will see me doing all the time and I can't get enough of, is eating. So by studying abroad, you actually get to try out the local cuisines and the local cultural foods that they have to offer. Different ingredients, different cooking styles, and I look at culinary as a form of art. Now when the artist is of a completely different background and completely different culture, you tend to get a masterpiece that you will probably never be able to try at home. So some people have told me in the past that studying abroad and traveling to the country is the exact same thing. And I must say that I completely disagree. When you travel there, you stay in Airbnbs, you stay in hotels, and you go to tourist destinations, you check out all the different POIs that they have to offer to tourists. But when you are really staying there, you are basically becoming a citizen or having a taster of being that country's citizen, so to say. Because when you go on a study abroad, you are still young, you are mixing with people of the same age in the host country, so you are basically experiencing what the youth of that particular country are actually doing and doing the things that they do as well. So this is completely different from just merely traveling to the place and exploring the POIs or seeing the sights. Now, last but not least, the very last point that I would like to share with you guys for why you should study abroad is actually a simple phrase that I really resonate with. It's the fact that variety is the spice of life. Now, this phrase sounds like something your mom would probably say when she's picking up different flavors of potato chips in the supermarket aisles, but it actually is true when you reflect this into life. Because at the end of the day, change, variety, and new experiences are actually what makes life worth living. So go out there, really step out of your comfort zone, and if you are a university student or if you are going to university, I highly encourage you to try out studying abroad because it truly is a breathtaking experience and a one-of-a-kind experience that you wouldn't be able to get elsewhere. And that's that, ladies and gents. Thank you so much for watching this video. Essentially, it's just my 2 cents on how beneficial I think studying abroad is and how much it could potentially add value to one's life. Once again, thank you so much Monash University Malaysia for sponsoring this video. If you are interested in their programs or if you are interested in joining the same program that I did, which is Monash Abroad, do check out their socials and their links, which are all in the description box down below. Once again, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you learned a thing or two, and I'll see you in the next episode. Ciao, bro.